Welcome back. And in our top business story, property developer Nikhil is set to drop its maintenance fees by 30%, according to a local paper. The company chairman stated that the company is pledging to have the lowest service charges in Dubai through renegotiated service contracts with maintenance providers. Nikhil, who had completed a 60 billion dirham financial restructuring plan last week, is looking to deliver 8,000 homes in 9 developments across the Emirate by the end of 2012, including Jumeirah Islands, Al Fajan and 2 other areas of the waterfront project. The UAE's aluminium sector is increasing its exports to the Far East due to a market pickup and is looking at further tapping into South America, according to a local paper. The main aluminium producers, Dubai Aluminium and Emirates Aluminium, are citing export markets further afield as demand increases in China and the Far East, with China demand expected to rise by 10% this year. Both companies have the capacity to produce around 1.75 million tonnes of the metal each year. Aluminium is primarily used to fuel the construction industry, which includes vehicles, aircrafts and cans. In terms of South America, opportunities are continuing to rise due to upgrades within its infrastructure as one of the fastest growing economies. Experts have revealed that regional investors will be looking to US and European stock markets for direction in the coming weeks. According to a local paper, analysts expect low transactions for the regional markets during the Eid holidays and will focus on the European debt market and watch for changes over in the US and the effects from Hurricane Irene. They added that there could be a small rally after Eid should the world show improvements. In an interview, one expert stated that the local markets are looking for a catalyst for the MSCI potential upgrade in November. And with that, let's now take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. And over in our world business news, International Monetary Fund Managing Director Christine Lagarde stated that the world economy is in a new dangerous phase and that steps must be taken for growth. According to Bloomberg, the IMF chief stated to finance officials at a conference in the US that European banks must boost capital to avoid debt contagion into other countries, and that the US should arrest a slide in house prices and to also enforce a long-term budget discipline. Lagarde called for officials to act now as the world risks seeing a derailed recovery. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund's latest forecast, due to be released next month, sees no global recession, according to an IMF insider. And in a television interview, IMF Deputy Managing Director John Lipsky stated that what is needed is credible medium-term fiscal plans that will give confidence to investors so that the deficit will be controlled and fiscal policy will be appropriate in the medium term. China recorded a 28.3% rise in its industrial profits for the first 7 months of the year, compared to the same period last year, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The Bureau's statistics cover industrial areas such as oil and gas, chemicals, transportation, telecommunications and power. Net income rose to 2.8 trillion yuan, while profits for industrial companies were 2.4 trillion yuan for the first half of the year. Revenues rose 29.8% to 45.9 trillion for the first 7 months of the year. Experts say that the country has become less dependent on exports compared with the period throughout the downturn. And finally, in our world business news, the Philippines would like to commit itself to the development of bilateral relations with China, according to Philippine President Benigno Aquino III. In an interview with Chinese media in Manila before his first state visit to China, the Filipino president said the stable and healthy relationship between the two countries is in the interests of both parties. On the economic and trade relations between the two countries, Aquino said that mutually increasing trade reflects an improvement in living standards of both sides. Aquino also expressed his gratitude for the assistance that China has offered to the Philippines over a long period of time.
If we bring a 300-member delegation, we will be successful already because there are, I think, about 450 who want to join. And we said it gets to be more and more difficult to accommodate everybody. So practically all of the major business groups in this country will be with us in the delegation. And I really believe that there are comparative advantages towards both economies. So trade is but a natural, and a conclusion of trade agreements and private business deals is just a natural conclusion to the potentials that are already existing. So I'm hoping that we proceed from strength to strength. This is just another step of further broadening, especially the trade aspects between our countries.
And before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets. After that, we have the day's sports news for you.